Amazon can be a very sketchy place to buy video games with a common theme of extremely high prices and crappy sellers, but the worst part is the massive number of 1-star reviews. So in this video, I'll put these 1-star reviews to the test on a couple of Nintendo Switch 2 consoles to see if they deserve it. Now first I have a used Switch 2 with reviews like Alan saying no Mario Kart code included, or even this review saying they ordered a Switch 2 but got a Switch 1, so let's open this up and see what's inside. Alright, so at first glance it looks like a Switch 2 here, nice. They didn't even latch it back up, which is fine. I guess it's a used Switch 2, so whatever, but looking at the outside, it looks like a pretty normal Switch 2 with the Mario Kart World included. Supposedly, hopefully it's not used. But then flipping to the back, yeah, it looks pretty normal. A little bit beat up, but not too bad. Let's go ahead and open this flap here and see what's inside. Okay, and yeah, definitely used here because you can see just like, what is going on? There's a lot of like wear and tear on the packaging and stuff, which I mean, sometimes you see this from factory, but like it's ripped inside. So yeah, this thing was definitely opened up and used at some point, which is really strange for a used Switch 2 a month after it came out, but you know, it is what it is. We've also got our manual in here and wait, hold on. There's no, where's the Mario Kart code? Hold up. HDMI cable. We've got these little mouse things. Taking this thing off, we've got our Joy-Con holder, which I'm not sure if that was actually used because there's no scratches on it at all. Also got our power cable, power brick, which is wrapped up nicely, and our dock here, but yeah, I do not see the Mario Kart code. Maybe, wait, hold on. Is this the Mario Kart code that's included on the console itself? Full game download to be downloaded on included systems. So yeah, I think this is included on the system itself without a code. Hopefully that's the situation here because there's definitely not a code inside the box. And let's take a closer look at this dock here real quick. And yep, looks pretty normal to me at first glance. Take the back off, looks pretty normal. So I don't know, maybe this is a console where somebody bought it and like played it a few times and were like, screw the Switch 2, I don't want this thing anymore. I spent too much money. By the way, this thing was $650. $150 over retail, so this thing better be pristine when I take it out of the packaging because like it's an absurd price. So let's go ahead and take the tablet, or actually we'll take the Joy-Cons out first and see what these things look like. Okay, so Joy-Cons at first glance look pretty good. They got a little bit of, a little bit of wear and tear, but not much at all. So definitely not used much as far as I can tell. Buttons all feel good. We'll of course have to check for stick drift because like it's a used Switch, so like it could have stick drift just like the original Switch 1. But let's go ahead and take the tablet out of the sleeve now and see how that looks. And you can see like, how did that happen? I guess it just rubbed against the box a lot, but that's just, I don't know, a strange pattern. So hopefully the inside doesn't look like that. And we see, yeah, it looks pretty good. I see a little bit of dust and stuff, but nothing too out of the ordinary for a used Switch 2. I also don't see any scratches at all, which is obviously a good sign. Flipping to the back, that looks pretty dang normal as well. And lifting this thing up, that seems to be functioning perfectly fine. And I don't see like an SD card inside. I see a little bit of maybe a tiny bit of grime in the speakers down there, but like again, used Switch 2, so I don't expect it to be perfect. And I will be curious how these Joy-Cons work on the magnets here, because of course being used, I'm kind of concerned about the magnets over time and how the functionality here, just like, I don't know, something might break on this thing. So we'll see how that works. That plugs in there. Those two pop off just fine. Yep, so those are good to go. Let's go ahead and try to turn this thing on and see if it's got any juice in it, and let's see what it does. Okay, booted up here. Let's go ahead and set this thing up. And actually, the first thing I want to glance at is it's a good opportunity to look at the screen because we're on a white screen. You can very easily see if there's like any damage to the LCD or like dead pixels or anything. And at first glance, I don't see any issues there. We'll turn the brightness up later to kind of get a better look at it. But yeah, I don't see really any damage to it or anything out of the ordinary. So yeah, let me go ahead and finish setting this up and I'll come back. Now we do see my 5 gig Wi-Fi, which is a good sign because in the past I've gotten a Hong Kong Switch for the Switch 1 and Switch 2, and the Hong Kong doesn't support all the 5G Wi-Fi channels in the US, so that's an issue, but yeah, this seems to be good here. So guys, updated and set up, we are on the main screen now. Let's go ahead and start by going to our settings and checking out these Joy-Cons. I want to check for drift. I believe they still have the setting in here to test for that. So Calibrate control sticks, I believe, should tell us if there's any drift here, and nope, that one looks pretty good. Let's go back and try out our left stick now. That one seems to look good as well. Okay, that's a good sign. Now, of course, next up I want to try out a cartridge and make sure it actually reads games. Now, I don't have a Switch 2 game with me on hand right this second, but I'll throw a Switch 1 game in and just make sure that works. It's got Tony Hawk's Pro Skater here. We'll go ahead and toss this in, see if it'll read up. Cool, so that cartridge slot seems to be good. And it does appear to be booting as well. Now, next up, I want to try to log in and see if we can find our Mario Kart download, because I haven't seen anything about that yet. And I'm a little sus that a used console will still have the code working. So yeah, let's check. Okay, yeah, pulling up the eShop, the first thing that pops up is our Mario Kart World can be downloaded on the system. We'll click on continue to download and see what happens here. So scroll down, it says download. Oh, okay, cool. So that's actually surprising that on a used Switch, whoever had this before did not redeem that. But I guess I'll take it now. I'm not gonna redeem this on this account because I already have it on the account I actually use. Let me see if there's anything else we can explore on this console to see, like, frankly, what the deal is here, why somebody was selling their Switch after just buying it. You know, brightness looks good. The sound has been working fine, which is, seems normal. Okay, so there's actually a couple other things I should obviously test here. Now, first of all, touchscreen, wanted to make sure that works, and you can see it's obviously working fine. Now, I also want to test the dock to make sure there's nothing wrong with the dock. I have seen some docks that kind of just are not that great, so let's go ahead and plug this bad boy in and make sure it will, oh, that was weird. But now it's plugged in. Let's go ahead and see if it shows up on the screen. And yeah, it seems to be good. So I'm not quite sure what's with this console, but let's go ahead and let's leave our own review here. Really not sure how much the Switch 2 was actually used or why they got rid of it so quickly, but I'll take it, man. It works fine. 5 stars. Hey guys, here I have another Switch 2 I got from Amazon, also used and also in like new condition, and also $650, which is frankly an absurd price for a Switch 2. And then of course we've got some bad seller reviews and some bad product reviews. Let me show you. Now first, Lauren says she got an item that was unsealed and used in the box. So they're always unsealed by nature, but used is, yeah, obviously if you bought a new one, it shouldn't be used. Then the seller has 1-star reviews saying they literally sent a fake Nintendo Switch for $300, but then they replied back saying that the buyer's actually trying to trick them. So not sure what the situation is there, but a little suspicious. And then also there's another 1-star review for ordering a brand new PS5 and receiving one without the original box and no seal or anything. And yeah, so I don't know, man. Let's open this thing up and hopefully it's decent. And when I say decent, it better be like perfect, because $650, frankly, again, absurd. And dude, I don't know why companies do this. They just ship these brand new consoles with no packaging whatsoever. I mean, I know what they do it. They do it for the profits. They don't care about your product. They just want to send you this crap and use as little packaging as possible. But you get stuff like this on the corners where the box gets damaged in the corner, which to be fair, most people on Amazon probably don't care about. But if you're collecting anything, like, you care about the box, and you know, having a damaged corner like that is pretty annoying. So yeah, that is what it is. Let's go ahead and open this thing up. It should have Mario Kart embedded into the console again, just like the last one. Wait, what the heck? This is like, doesn't matter at all, but there's like a huge dent here. Like, I don't know. I wonder if the box is dropped on the bottom at some point in time. And in the inside, it's got the same kind of signature as the last one, where it's got a lot of rubbing on the tab on the outside, which is pretty typical for, I think, even new consoles that happens to sometimes. But let's take these out. Also have our instructions in there, HDMI, those little things as well. So far, this looks very similar to the last one, where it's like, I don't know, barely used, which I guess matches up with the like new. Also got our power cable, which looks unused. We also got a power brick here as well. Also have our Joy-Con holder, which appears to, yeah, I don't think it's been used because I don't see any scratches or anything. Also got our dock here, of course, and dock looks pretty good. I don't see any scratches on that. Let's flip the back open. And yeah, it looks pretty much perfect there. So yeah, definitely in like new condition so far. Now next up, checking out the Joy-Cons. We got the right Joy-Con here, which appears to be in nice condition. I don't see a little bit of like smudging on the button from, you know, I guess a little bit of use. I mean, again, it is a used console, so it should be used a little bit here. And then we also have the left Joy-Con, which looks pretty dang good as well. And taking the tablet out here, let's see how that looks. We've got oh yeah, that's definitely been taken out and used before, because it's got some marks down here in the bottom. It looks like those all wipe away. It actually looked like cracks for a second, but no, I think it's just a bunch of crap inside the bag. Yeah, it looks like I got most of it off, so I don't think there's any scratches or anything on the screen. But there was definitely dust and smudges, which is fine because it's used. But let's check out the cartridge. Nothing left in there. Stand on the back seems to work as well. But let's go ahead and, I guess, turn this thing on. Hopefully Mario Kart is still loaded on it and actually works. But yeah, let's turn it on and see, because I'm a little suspicious again, because like, if the console has used it all, they probably use the code as well, but I don't know. You never know. Let's find out. Okay, so boot it up here, and we're going to start by signing in here just to, I don't know, we'll do it at the beginning of this time and see if Mario Kart World is working. All right, signed in and booted up here. We'll go ahead and start by, like I said, we'll go to the Switch eShop here and make sure the Mario Kart World actually works. And yeah, there it is. All right, color me surprised. I mean, frankly, sellers on Amazon are typically sending out just like crap, and so far both these consoles have been perfectly fine. Now, to be fair, they're super expensive, and I haven't tested out everything yet, so I don't know. Let's test out a game. Next up, we'll go ahead and toss this in the slot. And yep, it loads there. Let's go ahead and see if it actually boots though. Yep, it's booting. And I guess one more thing we'll test here is going to our Joy-Cons and just testing out our stick drift, just make sure there is none. All right, testing out the right one. That looks good. Cool. Left one as well looks good. So I don't know, man. This console is perfectly fine as well. It's like, you know, when we opened it up, it was very, very slightly used, but it matched the description, which is, again, very surprising for Amazon. So guys, I don't know. I think we're ready to leave a review here. Not sure what the deal is and why there are already used consoles on the market that look like this, but 5 stars. Now guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, I think you'll like this Switch 2 video where I tested Switch 1 Joy-Cons on a Switch 2. Go check it out. I'll see you next time.